Welcome back, Flare community. Happy Monday. I hope you're all well. Big shout out to Anna. We've got Professor in the house, Doc Bob D, Tasmanian, Valiant Energy, Becoming Meritorious. Who else we got in here? Senor Steak, Tasmanian, Crypto Grannian coming in late. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. You know what time it is. It's time for the weekly news update. And this is covering all things for Songbird and Flare. What's up, Steve, in the chat too? Yeah, we're going to start off in the usual fashion, and that's having a look at Flare Metrics, an application that's being developed by FTSO AU, who is an official sponsor of the channel. That's why you can probably see them in the top right. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But before we do, we're going to check out the reward rates for the top 5 signal providers on Flare. So topping the charts this week, we have Flare.space. Second place, we have Flare Beacon. In third place, we have Nordso. Fourth place, AFTSO. And in fifth place, Ivy Oracle. I'm going to jump straight over to the Sparkles page over here. This is Sparkles NFT, the leading marketplace on the Flare network. And yeah, topping the charts, Flare Apes. In second place, we have Canary Punks. Third place, we have the Fat Tigers. Fourth place, Flare Punks. And in fifth place, the Flamingos. Sixth place, the Fat Cats, and obviously the Lucky Claw coming in here in seventh, and I'm expecting this to go up in the near future. In fact, with the Lucky Claw collection, I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit, because we do actually have funds here in the treasury from the Flare Apes collection. We've also got some from the Flamingos, and a lot more to come in the near future. Did you guys know this? The Flare token is, in fact, a top 100 cryptocurrency. It's right here on CoinMarketCap, sitting at 95. I think it did get a lot higher. I think it was in the 80s at one point. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. Pretty interesting to know. And this is something that I'm super proud of. So for those of you who don't know, for the first 3 months of the year, that's, you know, the first quarter, I was actually donating all of the super chats and whatnot to a fundraiser, and we was raising money for Save the Children, and we managed to raise collectively as a community $1,335. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who donated, especially Doc Bob D there from the Pixel Plants project, who made an extra special effort. So thank you all for that. And yeah, you should give yourself a little pat on the back, because it's always great when we do something for others. So thought I'd just sort of point that out. And yes, this is the big news for the Lucky Claw collection. And you know, I think this is still yet to really sink in for a lot of people. So the Lucky Claw collection has been sponsored by FTSO AU. They're an incredible signal provider. They've built some of the most popular applications that you can find on Songbird and Flare, including Flare Metrics, which we just visited. And they also have Flare Builders, which sort of gives an overview of every single project that's building on these networks. And it really is an honor to be sponsored by them. You know, I basically use their application for delegating and wrapping. That's my go-to app. And as I said here, you know, they've got Flare Builders, they've got Flare Metrics, but what I wanted to show you was this little chart here. So if you are holding a Lucky Claw NFT, basically what's going to happen is, you know, you've got people that are delegating to FTSO AU, and they get the delegation fees, right? This is something that happens with every signal provider. And with this sponsorship, they're going to be giving a portion of these fees to the collectors or the holders of the Lucky Claw. And that's basically going to go into this royalty splitter smart contract here that I've sort of written, and also the royalties from the secondary sales. And every so often, these are going to get distributed to every single holder. So it's sort of going to give you a bit of a passive income. And that's why, you know, I'd highly recommend every holder to donate or to, delegate at least a portion of their FLR or SGB to FTSOAU, sorry. I did an inventory check with the Flare Community Poker Club decks. So I have a good amount, and I remember previously committing to giving one of these away every single month for a year, but it turns out that I've got enough. I've got over 36, so I'm going to be giving one of these to a Lucky Claw holder every single month for the next 3 years. We've got Robo Clinic here, who won the last giveaway, and he won his deck of cards and he was playing with them. He's very happy with them, I think. So yeah, congratulations to you, Robo Clinic, for winning the last one. And we did actually have this huge Flare Community Poker Club tournament last Thursday, and Doc Bob D topped the charts there with Theox, aka All In, taking second place, and I was fortunate by some miracle to come third. But thank you all so much who participated in this. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next one. The governance portal. This is going to be the very first NFT-based governance portal. And yes, I'm bringing it to the Lucky Claw holders. This is going to be launched this week. Yeah, I've been super busy working on this. And once I get this out of the way, it's going to be the royalty splitter contract and finalizing that. And then it's going to be working on some sponsorships, and there are plenty in line, so stay tuned for that. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Johnny Lawrence. If you don't know this guy by now, I don't know where you've been, but Johnny Lawrence is an incredible artist. He launched some of the early NFTs on Songbird. This is actually a oil painting of an NFT that he created, and he just announced that he sold this for 1 million SGB physical. So I just wanted to congratulate him. He's been a great help to the channel. He's the one that creates the intros, the outros, and some of the like overlays as well. So yeah, I'm super happy for Johnny. Here's some news from Flare Dashboard. Flare Dashboard is now live, and if you're wondering what this is, well, it's a website that's packed with information pertaining to the signal providers on Songbird and Flare and what makes them unique. What is it that they're building? All of that good stuff. And you know, Ash and Eric, they've put a lot of effort into creating this sort of almost like a database of sorts, where you can find all of the information, you know, the team information, the operation history, the build plans, and yeah, you can get a real insight into what's going on behind the scenes. And something that I've been saying for a while now is to support the builders, right? You know, there is this issue, or this ongoing issue, where we have a group that is colluding or using a single service, and as delegators, we actually have the power to sort of boycott them. A lot of people just chase the rewards, but that's almost feeding into the problem, because if these colluders didn't have anyone delegating to them, they wouldn't be deemed accurate, and we can basically sort of determine as a community who is the most accurate. And I'd always recommend going to this site. In fact, it's so good that I'm going to just quickly post it in the chat, so you guys can just check that out once you get a chance. The Cuties, I might have actually shown this last week, come to think about it, but they've started a new game, Play to Earn. That's what P2E stands for. And yeah, this has been in the works for quite some time now. I'm really looking forward to this, to playing this. You can see it's sort of like a card game. I'll just skip through this really quick because, yeah, I do remember playing it last week. But it looks interesting nonetheless, and I'm really excited to see games coming over to the Songbird and Flare network. I think we're really yet to see them kick off, you know, in this sort of blockchain world. Speaking of games, actually, we do have Xtoads or S-Toads. They've recently updated their website. It looks pretty funky. You know, you see toads popping out all over the place. There's obviously Songbird City. But yeah, they've launched their new website, and they also have this coming soon. This is their upcoming game, Unreal Engine, and it looks, it's pretty much there. This is as close as we've seen to an actual game, across any of the networks, Songbird and Fleur. This is a live demo. People are playing it now, and I've been fortunate enough to have a little play on this myself. So I'm extremely grateful for Kingsman for giving me a top secret link. It's really fun to play, and yeah, I can't wait for you guys to check it out yourselves. We got this from Enosis, formerly known as FLR Finance. I hope you guys are coming to terms with that now. They've just recently launched their Coston Apothem bridge, and Apothem is basically a test network for XDC. It's now fully operational with all 5 validators online. What does this mean for you? Well, it means that you can have a chance to play around with it, and the more that you do, the more they can refine it before it gets deployed inevitably to Songbird. And that's going to bring in a lot of liquidity, I think. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this bridge, being the first bridge, how it really affects the liquidity of SGB and sort of that inflow of new assets, XDC coming over, and for them to really get an experience of Songbird firsthand. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, AA Best saying that the bridge is super easy. I'd highly recommend everyone try it. The more people that use it, the better metrics that Enosis have, and the higher the chance that they're going to find any problems with it and get them fixed before it actually goes onto Songbird. So I guess that is quite a good reminder to sort of highlight the fact that Coston is the test network, then it gets deployed to Songbird, which is the Canary network, and eventually it's going to end up on the Flare network, I'm sure. Spend the Bits here. So Spend the Bits, they're an application that are basically allowing people to transact Bitcoin, but in a much better way than using the Bitcoin blockchain. They're happy to share that they've officially initiated the proof of concept, so it's like a minimal viable product for integrating the Spend the Bits app with Flare networks. By leveraging Flare's trustless transaction capabilities, we can offer a more secure, transparent, and efficient Bitcoin payment solution through Spend the Bits. This integration will enable more transparent, immutable, and verifiable transactions. And they're actually planning to launch this in April, at the end of April. So that's this month. It's not too far away. Pretty interesting. And these guys are quite a heavyweight. I think they're doing really interesting things with the XRP ledger, and now obviously the Flare network to sort of facilitate Bitcoin transactions in a way that is a little bit faster than what you would expect on the native chain. We've got Upper Cent here. They recently launched their first in the series with Hugo about the future of blockchain technology. This was a really good video. They're actually a sponsor of the Lucky Claw project too. In fact, we can just come down here. So we've got FTSOAU, we've got Flamingos, who are a sponsor, and also Upper Cent. So we've got some NFTs from everywhere. All of these, well, maybe not AU because I don't think they have NFTs, but we've got some NFTs from Upper Cent, and in fact, actually, if I'm not mistaken, they do have a university course, and their Discord is actually packed with a lot of competitions where you can win FLR, and actually they do have a competition for those who want to join. In fact, it's probably a good opportunity for me to just quickly go on this. Basically, if the more people that you invite, they sort of track this, and the person who gets the most invites wins a prize. Now, obviously, I have quite good exposure, so I'm going to be using the funds, if I did win, to donate directly to the Flare Community Lucky Claw Treasury. So that's going to be, again, making more funds and making it a more attractive NFT to hold. So please feel free to check that link if you haven't already. And yeah, they've got a really interesting project, and it's something that's really unique as well. So I'm really looking forward to this sort of coming to fruition in the coming months. So with that being said, that's pretty much the news for this week. If you are a Patreon member, please feel free to join the Discord. There is a link in the description. We have the good old Monday chinwags for Patreon members. And if you're not, be sure to join anyway, because on Thursdays we have the community chinwag. So I'll hopefully see you there. I'd just like to thank you all so much for watching, and especially, where was we? If I could just thank everyone who donated to the Save the Children campaign here that we did. You know, it's really beautiful to see the community come together and really make a difference to people's lives who, you know, who really need it. So thank you once again. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm out.
Control, we have liftoff.